How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going against Zeren from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for battles right now. Let me know who you think is going to win based on the teams you see on screen right now. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. With that being said, let's jump into the game. And the battle begins. So Zeren's, or Smoke, sorry, is going to lead off with Rotom, as I led off with Cresselia. The reason I led off with Cresselia is because other than the Scizor and the Weavile, which I couldn't see being leads, Cresselia seems to match up decently well against them, so I'm just going with that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm fully expecting them to trick me, to be honest with you. Trick seems like the obvious one, or the Volt Switch. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my Haunter. I think Haunter's a decent one here. I think Haunter's definitely the best bet, to be honest with you. So we'll go into Haunter real quick, and we'll see what they're going to do. So they actually do go for a trick, which is absolutely fine, because I am Choice Scarfed as well. And they're just going to switch Choice Scarfed, which is always nice. Always really nice, that is. Always really nice. So, looking at their team, it's a tough call to make on what they're going to go into. So we could go for the Shadow Ball. That'll affect everything except from the Ambipom. Ambipom can't touch us, so I don't think Ambipom would come in. Sludge Bomb was a bad one because they could easily bring in the Scizor right now. I'm personally on the mindset of them bringing in something like Weavile, or I don't know, to be honest with you. It's a hard one. Giggity. Let's go for a Shadow Ball. Let's just go with the Shadow Ball option. They do withdraw the Rotom. What are they going to go into there? What are they going to go into? Espeon. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So we'll go for a Shadow Ball real quick. There we go. Boom. That just cleanly takes out the Espeon. No crit or anything. Haunter's got power behind it. I know Espeon's frail, but still. I've seen Espeon live moves that it really shouldn't have lived. You know? We're looking pretty good right now. So Donphan comes in. Donphan can obviously go for a knockoff, which is what I'm fully anticipating, to be honest with you. I'm going to go straight into Cresselia. I don't mind Cresselia's leftovers being knocked off too much if it means I can take a hit. They can't go for Earthquake on Cresselia either because of obviously the Levitate. So I think a knockoff is definitely coming, or a Stealth Rock. So they do go for a knockoff. That's going to do a solid amount of damage to our Cresselia. Now we don't have any recovery on this Cresselia for some reason. I just figured it wasn't necessary. So what I'm going to do now is I'm fully anticipating them switching out. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Thunder Wave. And hopefully we'll catch a Weavile or a Scizor off guard. So there's the Donphan switching out as I anticipated. They're going to go into Scizor, which is great. Hopefully we can actually hit the Thunder Wave. That would be nice. We do hit the Thunder Wave, which is perfect. Getting the Thunder Wave off on the Scizor is going to be great because it means obviously it's slower. Even though it's not that fast anyway. It means we can out-prioritize. They're actually a Lumberry. Interesting. That's to stop it from getting burned, I'd imagine. So, what's our switching here? So they definitely go for a U-turn. I guess we'll just have to go with the... We're just going to have to go for the Mag. We'll go for the Magnezone. We'll go for the Magnezone. They're definitely going to go for a U-turn, but it's the only thing I've really got that can, like, switch into Scizor properly. So they do go for the U-turn. That's going to do a nice little chunk of damage to us. Ah, damn it. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. So it's definitely an offensive Scizor. Definitely an offensive Scizor, not a defensive one. Probably Swords Dance, Roost, U-turn, and Bullet Punch, I'd say. In comes the Donphan. So Donphan is obviously the best switch they could have got into there. We cannot stay in. Gonna have to go ahead and... what do we do here? What do we do against this thing? Fully expecting an Earthquake, we're going to go into Mantine. Mantine is definitely the best switching right now. If they go for a knockoff anticipating that, so be it. That's a good play on my opponent's part. Mantine does really well here because we can get the Scald off. It's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of things on their team. So we'll go for a Scald. They're probably going to bring the Rotom in, which is absolutely fine by me. They do stay in probably to set up the Stealth Rocks, I would say, as we get the Scald off nice and powerfully. We don't get the burn, but they have Rock Tomb, which is going to decimate us. So I was not expecting Rock Tomb. They get a crit as well, which is really unfortunate, but what can you do? Now they can just go for a knockoff to finish us off. Knockoff will also allow them to get a some damage off on whatever I want to bring in. We are slower now as well, thanks to the Rock Tomb, which is really unfortunate. So Mantine, I don't necessarily want Mantine to go down just yet. Fully expecting either a Rock Tomb or a knockoff right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into Cresselia. Minimize the damage of the Rock Tomb because it's not going to do much damage to us. Minimize the damage of the knockoff because we've already had our item knocked off. So we'll go ahead and do that. As there we go. We'll go into our Cresselia real quick like. As they go for an Ice Shard, which is of course not going to do much damage to us. So we are actually really good here. So Donphan is on its last legs. They're not going to want to stay in. They're probably going to go straight back into the Scizor. Or, did they go for another knockoff? Shall I play it safe and just see how they're going to play it? I'm overthinking it. Just do what you was going to do, Jack. Just do what you're going to do. Expect the Scizor going to Magnezone. So we switch out. We do outspeed, which is worrying, which tells me they might have stayed in here. As they do withdraw the Donphan. Are they going to go into the Scizor? Scizor will be the better one. There's the Scizor. So now we've got the Scizor trapped. We've got it ensnared in our fangs. We can go straight for a Thunderbolt, get some damage off on this Scizor. I should outspeed this Scizor unless the max speed. We do outspeed. Okay, cool. So we can get a Thunderbolt off nice and powerful. And we get the paralysis as well. We redeem the paralysis from earlier. They go for a Brick Break. That's going to do a lot of damage to it, us, but not enough, as now no, based on the U-turn damage earlier, Bullet Punch will definitely not KO. So we can definitely KO this Scizor right now. We're getting it out of the way early. They are fully paralyzed as well. They don't get the Bullet Punch off, as we're able to get the Thunderbolt off and take out the Scizor. That's absolutely perfect. So a little bit of hacks on our side there. As I said, though, Bullet Punch wouldn't have KO'd the Magnezone anyway, based on the U-turn damage earlier. It would have taken us down to maybe lowest free HP or something like that. In comes the Donphan. So Donphan comes in. We no longer need the Magnezone, and there is a very good chance we outspeed here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Flash Cannon, staying in. As we do outspeed, go for the Flash Cannon. That's going to take out the Donphan. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, I personally wouldn't have gone into the Donphan there, purely for the fact that, obviously, Magnezone could be max speed. We outsped the Scizor, which should have said there's a potential this will outspeed my Donphan, but it's fine. Donphan is gone. We're happy with that. We're happy with that. In comes the Ambipom. So Ambipomp's coming in. Again, I'm just going to sack off my Magnezone so I can get a free switch in on this thing with something else. They go for a Fake Out. That's obviously going to do a lot of damage. It doesn't take us out, but it does flinch us, of course. As this next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go for a Thunderbolt again, fully expecting them to just take me out. There we go. They go for the U-turn. That's going to take out Sergeant Watts, of course, which is really unfortunate for us. But Magnezone did really well. Took out the Scizor and the Donphan, which is just great. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. I mean, the Donphan was an unfortunate misplay on my opponent's part. They shouldn't have switched that in really there. They should have just gone straight into Weavile or the Ambipom, to be honest with you, as they did do with the Ambipom. So Weavile comes in. Weavile comes in. And probably the best bet to Weavile we've got is probably going to be our own Weavile or the Haunter. And the reason I say Haunter is because we need to get Haunter in to Sludge Bomb something. Now, Sludge Bomb won't KO. Sludge Bomb will not KO. There is no chance in hell Sludge Bomb will KO. We might actually be better off going for the Dazzling Gleam because it's super effective on the Weavile. Let's go for the Dazzling Gleam and just get some damage off on this Weavile. So they do stay in. We're going to get a Choice Scarf boosted. Well, not Choice Scarf boosted. Dazzling Gleam off, and then they can go for the Throat Chop and take us out. So the reason this is good is because we've got Raticate in the back. Raticate wants to get a KO for a change. Raticate wants to get a KO. So we're going to get Raticate in there, and we're going to go straight for a Quick Attack. We're going to Roland Rat over here. Raticate the boy. We're going to go ahead and go for a Quick Attack real quick. We don't outspeed the Weavile, unfortunately, but we should be alright. There we go. Go for a Quick Attack. That's going to take out the Weavile, no problems. As the Weavile goes down, and the Raticate is thriving. Absolutely thriving. We're going to go into the Rotom now. Rotom is a good one. Now to find out whether or not we can live a Hydro Pump, I guess. We'll go straight for the Facade. If we live the Hydro Pump, it's getting a KO. If we don't, it's not. They go for a Discharge instead, which isn't going to KO. The Hydro Pump would have KO'd, but they didn't want to risk the miss as Facade comes through and takes out the Rotom. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love it. I absolutely adore that. So, with that in mind, we've got a choice to make now. We've got a choice to make because the Ambipom is going to come in now and it's going to Fake Out. However, we could use Raticate's Quick Attack a bit later. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sack off Mantine. There we go. Sack off Mantine real quick. I'm going to sack off Mantine real quick. And then I'm going to go into Weavile. And I'm going to Ice Shard this thing. Weavile shouldn't... I'm unsure on the speed tiers between Ambipom and Weavile. I'm pretty sure it's either the Ambipom's faster or it's a speed tie. So I'm going to go into Weavile. I'm going to go for the Ice Shard. There he is. Nice and shiny. Nice and custom shiny. I love how this Weavile looks. It's so cool. Honestly, such a cool design. I'm really chuffed with it. So let's go for the Ice Shard real quick. We'll get some damage off on the Ambipom. There we go. Go for the Ice Shard. Get some damage off on the Ambipom. That is not nearly enough damage, to be honest with you. As they're able to go for a U-turn. That's going to take us out, no problems. We lived! We lived! That's perfect! That's even better! So I'm guessing they don't have double hits, because double hit would have been the better move there. Would it actually? I don't know. I'm not sure on that. It depends what item they've got. There we go. Go for the Ice Shard real quick. That's going to do a lot of damage to the Ambipom. And we're going to be able to get Raticate in and finish off with a quick attack. So we're going to get 3 KOs with Raticate. Raticate, the absolute monster that it is, the absolute beast that it is going to get 3 KOs. So this is actually a pretty close battle because all we've got left after Roland Rat over here is the Cresselia, which obviously would take a lot of damage from the old U-turn over there, but it wouldn't KO us. As we're able to go for a quick attack now and hopefully get the KO. We do indeed, as Ambipom goes down to Raticate. So that is just, I think we showcased how powerful Raticate can really be. I mean, you saw the way it one-shot that Rotom, right? Absolutely astounding. So thank you very much, Smoke, Zeren, for the battle. I really appreciate it. It was a fun game. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.